All right, guys. This piece of wood right here is just about fixing to be done. I sanded it from 40 grit all the way up to 220 grit last weekend. And then I got to looking on the box on the stuff for Rubio Monocoat, and it says 120 grit. You can go higher than that, but they don't recommend it and all this kind of neat stuff. Anyways, yesterday I went to the hardware store to get some angle grinder disc, and while I was in there, I seen these like this, and I have never seen these sanding pads like this. They're most of them are paper or something like paper, and these are, as you can see through it. So I thought, well, man, they're expensive, but I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see what happens. And in that packaging, let me find my sander here. In that packaging, it came with, peel this off of here. It came with this, and I guess it's to help it. It's kind of like a soft pad on this one side. This side's Velcro, and you put it on your sander, and then you put the sanding disc on this, and it makes like a little bit of a soft pad. But I think it also may help with the vacuuming of it, and it'll fit just about any kind of hole you could think of. I replaced these on this one a while back on both of my sanders. That one over there, I don't use it as much because the on and off switch does not work. That's the third, and this is the fourth Milwaukee sander that I had. No, that's the fourth, and this is the fifth one. I had two of them. The bearings just blew out of them, and then I had another one that something happened to it, and that one over there, the switch went out in it. And the only reason I kept on getting them is because they were handy and local. I'm not going to get any more of them. But anyways, make a long story short, I tried these, and I sanded this one right here. That's 120 grit paper. I sanded this one right here down to 120 grit. Really good. I took a carpenter's pencil and went over the whole thing. Real good. Sanded it down, just took my time, all the edges, everything. Then I soaked this thing in water with a nice clean rag and put these two fans on it. Went in the house, made me a cup of coffee, drank it, these two fans running, and I come back out, and this is what it looked like. This is what it looks like when it's just got water on it. I just wetted this one down to make that fur pop. And as soon as I get to talk to you guys, I'll turn the fans back on, but I know it's noisy. But anyways, I just got through hosing this thing down with water, and you can really see how blonde that is. I think that's gonna look really good, guys. And I got the natural Rubio Monocoat. It should be here either either today or Monday. Today is Saturday. But anyways, I found a place in Oklahoma City that sells that. But like back to these, I never have used these before, and I thought, well, I'd give them a shot. They're a little pricey, but I thought, it might be worth it if they last a lot longer. Well, I sanded this whole one down. It was the 220 grit. I scribbled all over it, sanded the whole thing down, soaked it in water, let it dry, sanded the whole thing down again, the live edge, everything. And then I got this one, got it going. It was 220, scribbled all over it, sanded it down to 120, and I just put the water on it to let it pop. I'm gonna put the fans on it here in just a second. But I just thought I'd tell you guys, like I said, I never have used those before, and they seem to do a really good job. And on this one, when I was sanding it the first time, I used a little bit of pressure and took my time. Like I said, it was completely covered in pencil marks. And then when I went back after I popped the fuzz and made it stand up, I went back over and I just went real slow and just used the weight of the machine, no pressure from me. Man, it slicked up really nice. 120 grit paper, and it's just really slick. I really do like it. It did a great job. Yeah, I'm real happy with that. I like that paper. It seems like it's, or whatever you call those, I like it. It seems like it's gonna be good. But I mean, now this is not all from here. This is also from work too. But look at all the sandpaper I've bought in the past year. I'd say about a year. Now there's some new there. This bucket right here is plumb full. Oh, I got all these piles of used paper here. You know, and sometimes it's nice to have some used paper because you can use it to slick something up or to get something nasty off that you don't want on a brand new disc. But I've still got a lot of 40 grit left there. And then this one over here is 220 grit, and this one right here is 60 grit, and those are 120 grit. And then I've got some more over there. Some more. But yeah, I've bought a lot of paper since I started this little project. And like I said, not all that is for me. Some of that's from work. But I usually hang on to it so I got it in case I need it for something else. Well, guys, I'm going to turn the fans on and let this sit here for about 15 minutes. And I don't care how hard you try. Look at that. There's one right there that's, I guess, sanding on it. I went through the epoxy right there in the center of that. I think I put epoxy on this 6 times altogether. And these little bitty holes, you'll be sanding, and I guess you just sand through it sometimes. And let's see, I haven't looked at these in a while. That one down there, I sanded it this morning, and then I could still see some little spots. So I just went over every single wormhole on it again. I thought, I'm gonna fix this thing. But when I cut the end of it off and sanded it down, I made this little place right here, this big long wormhole. And right here, I pulled those out when I cut off the ends. I should have known better than that. Should have already done it. And then the same thing down here. Let me see how this top up here is looking. But see how I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but see how they kind of pucker up and go down inside? So I've got to do this end again and the other end again. So we're working on that too. But anyways, everything's coming along pretty good. I got in here and swept my shop floor a while ago. And most of this is dust. There is some chips in here from the plane, but most of this, it's up to right there at that label, just sawdust and chips from sanding on this stuff. And like I said, I've been sanding on it some more. But I'm gonna let this dry for about 15 minutes, and I'll come back in here and sand this down a couple more times. But I think if that Rubio, I got the natural, and if it looks like this was a minute ago when it was wet, I'm gonna really like that. I like that. It's gonna look nice. All right, guys, well, you have a good day, and thanks for checking in, and take care.